What's up everybody, Atticus here. So today I wanted to talk to you about leveling talents as a warrior. There are quite a few things that the general population agrees on, such as respeccing once you hit 40 to arms for Mortal Strike, as Mortal Strike's damage is based off of your weapon damage, where Bloodthirst from Fury is completely based off of your attack power, but the community seems to be split on your talents before you hit level 40. So let's focus on pre-40 talents and break them up tier by tier, and I'll explain the pros and cons step by step. Alright, so to start things off, at level 10, I start to fill out Improved Rend first. Up until level 36, you only have Rend and Heroic Strike for damage. A lot of people like to argue that Rend isn't worth the rage, but with this talent it makes Rend sometimes deal more damage than your auto attacks, whereas just using Heroic Strike only adds a bit of damage to your auto attack and causes you to not generate rage from that auto attack. So 10 rage for an additional auto attack versus a net rage value of 25 for Heroic Strike. Rend is definitely worth the rage in my opinion, especially with this talent. And then next I put 2 points in deflection because 2% more parry is more valuable than taking a small amount off of the rage cost of Heroic Strike. Over on the Fury tree at this point, you would be putting points into Cruelty, which is 5% more crit, and definitely a good talent, but at this low level, overall more damage from Rend and a little bit more survivability is better in my opinion. Back on the arms side of things, and in the next tier we're going to max out Tactical Mastery. This helps tremendously for stance dancing when you need to shield bash for an interrupt, or later on for intercept and whirlwind, which gives you more AoE tanking potential in dungeons once you hit 36. The improved charge talent is good, but the extra 2 points in tactical mastery is more effective, and we need to max it out for anger management. And of course, improved thunderclap is a joke. At this point, if you were Fury, you would be maxing out Booming Voice, which increases the area of effect and duration of Battle Shout by 50%. It's still a good talent and helps with overall rage retention, but isn't doing much as far as damage or technical utility goes. The other options would be Improved Demo Shout, obviously not worth, and Unbridled Wrath, which seems like it would be good, but realistically a 40% chance on a slow weapon swing to get 1 extra point of rage is really not worth, which is why Booming Voice is better here, because the amount of rage you save by not having to cast Battle Shout as much actually averages out to be better. Back over to arms, and we're going to put 1 point in anger management, which increases the time required for your rage to decay while out of combat by 30%. But this talent has a hidden ability that causes you to also generate 1 point of rage every 3 seconds while in combat, which averages out to an extra 4 heroic strikes per 3 minutes. Doesn't seem like a lot, but definitely worth it. Then we're going to put 3 points in deep wounds for obvious reasons. It makes your crits even more valuable. And for now we put 1 point in improved overpower, and we come back to it later. On the Fury side of things, we put 1 point in Piercing Howl. This is actually super useful for leveling. If you happen to pull too many things, this will certainly help you get away. Then we go 3 points in Blood Craze, which regens 3% of your total health when you are crit. Most of the time the crit is more than 3% of your health, so this essentially just negates the damage you take from crits. And next we throw 1 point in Improved Battle Shout just to finish out the tier. Now at this point we're almost level 30, and these talents start to set us up for a huge power spike when we get our Whirlwind Axe, but Arms seems to help a bit more with that power spike. So first we put 2 points in Impale, as that will make our crits even stronger, and then 3 points in Two-Handed Weapon Specialization. These talents are pretty self-explanatory, just a flat DPS increase across the board. And over in Fury we go 5 out of 5 into Enrage, but unfortunately this talent is not as useful as we previously thought because Classic will not be allowing abilities to proc from getting crit while you are sitting. Still though, a great talent, but not as consistent of a DPS increase as Arms talents are at this level. And now level 30, the really juicy tier. In Arms, we are going to immediately grab Sweeping Strikes, and then we go 4 out of 5 Axe Specialization, and over in Fury we get Death Wish, and then go back up and finish out Improved Battle Shout. Now the thing about Sweeping Strikes versus Death Wish, Sweeping Strikes really opens up the door to pulling multiple mobs at once. As soon as I get it, I start to be able to pull 3 to 6 mobs at a time depending on their level and other cooldowns and consumables I have. Another thing people tend to forget is that both strikes from a cleave during Sweeping Strikes takes a charge from it, causing you to hit a whopping 4 times with one cleave. That's value. But with Death Wish, you are increasing your damage, but you are also reducing your armor and resistances. It's a decent trade-off, but the potential with Sweeping Strikes is far too great in my opinion. So next with Arms, we finish out Axe Specialization, then Improved Overpower, and then Two-Handed Weapon Specialization. Again, all just flat damage increase. But then we put 1 point in Improved Hamstring just for a random chance to root someone in PvP or when you're running from a mob. And in Fury we go 5 out of 5 Flurry, which is still good, but this is 5 points for a talent that is solely dependent upon you getting a crit. Doesn't seem to have as much value as a solid damage increase from Arms. And at 40, of course you respec to Arms for Mortal Strike no matter what. And after 40 you just follow the same path in Fury, which looks like this spec when it's all said and done. Well, that wraps it up. I hope this helped you out. Like the video, leave a comment for me, subscribe, and ring the bell so you can see when I post more videos like this, and also follow me on Twitch for daily streams. I'll leave a link in the description below. And until next time, stay strong and stay hungry. See ya!